All right, let's get into it. Let's have this conversation, this dreaded conversation about grips. Oh, come on. You mean I can't just put my hands on it any old way I want to and expect good things to happen? Yeah, it doesn't quite work like that. There's a lot of different grips out there. We've all seen it. We've all watched golf on TV, and some people are putting it on with their thumb on the top and the back of the hand at the target and the right hand kind of matching up, and they try to deliver the club face, and some people can make that happen, but some people have to do something else and turn their hands down and something like that just to straighten out the club face, because that grip really produces an awful lot of balls start right and curve right. So, but there's other grips that we've seen that are more functional. One of them, the left hand's turned over a little bit more. We call it stronger. Words. They're just over more a little bit. And this right hand is kind of either on the side or even under more a little bit. And those people have an easier time of getting the club face going straighter. And then there's others that are over a lot, and then the right hand can get over too, and people talk about it in strong and weak, and all these conversations are like, well, wait a minute, which is right for me? Yeah, everybody's got different bodies, and everybody will put their hands on it a little bit differently. So how do you know what it is that is right and the easiest thing to do, right? Because some of them, if you've got one on there that your body wants to work in a certain way, and that you put your hands on in a way that your body doesn't want to work, then there's going to be this manipulation, and there's not a whole lot of time for that in a downswing. And then it puts clubs into different places. For example, I've got a hand on a club right now that my arm is just kind of hanging down naturally, and I pick up the club and the face is pretty straight. And when I go up to the top of the backswing, my wrist is kind of flat but bent just a little here. It's kind of funny to say flat and bent at the same time, right? But it's not twisted down like that, and they call that cupped, and it's not bowed out like this. So there's a trend in golf instruction, a trend in things today. We see players that have essentially, traditionally speaking, weak left-hand grips. And then when they get up to the top of the backswing, it's bowed up here at the top. And then they try to turn their body and essentially rake it on through there just to straighten out the club face. And you might see some athletes that are on television doing that with a big, strong wrist that can handle that. But what about the normal Joe? What about the average human being that tries to do something along those lines? You think that might get some injury going on if they're coming into impact looking in like this, where that's bowed out a little bit? Yeah, I think there's probably some trouble there. So let's talk about it in terms of what's right for you. So how do you know? Well, the answer is when you come see us, we'll find out, we'll test you. We'll figure out what's the right grip for you to make it the easiest possible way of delivering the club face straight through the golf ball to hit you the best golf shots you can hit without having to go through a bunch of manipulations throughout the golf swing and without injury. So if it's easier to produce and reproduce something good, and it could get you more power and it wouldn't produce any harm to your body, that would be a grip that would make sense for you. But they're all individual. So let's not try to copy other players that you either play with, or something you just heard about somebody saying, or somebody you watched on television. Let's just not go that route. Come to us. We'll figure it out for you. And it'll be simple. It'll be repeatable. It'll be powerful. And you won't stand a chance at hurting yourself doing it. And next thing you know, you're going to like your ball flight because they're going to go up the middle a lot. Get on target. We're all after that same thing. And how you put your hands on the club is a major influence on that. So let's go talk about these grips in person.